Hey, it's me, Austin Miller, the Gentleman Caller, and we are back with a really cool project that anybody can handle, even though it's going to seem a little bit daunting. What we're going to do today is reupholster two old chairs. We got them on Craigslist. As you can see, they're very beautiful. And from another, period, like 20 years ago period. And we're going to make them coordinate with some existing drapes and duvet covers that we have in the house. These things were a bargain. This whole project is going to cost way less than buying two new chairs because these are actually really high quality, really well made, and they deserve to be rehabilitated. So find a spot in your house where you need a new pair of chairs, then watch this video and do it yourself. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first. We're not going to be fancy about it. I'm literally going to sit here in the middle of the floor and show you how to take one of these suckers apart. The first thing you're going to do is unscrew the actual seat from the chair itself. Now, every chair is going to be a little bit different, so you're going to have to do some minor surgery. Just pay really good attention when you're pulling things apart because you're going to want to put it back together exactly the same. In fact, I've got the hardware that's come off of this original chair in a Ziploc bag over here so I can just reuse it. I've got this piece of cloth, the protective cloth that came off the bottom, came off this section, and I've got it set aside here so I can reuse that piece too. And this is also going to vary from piece of furniture to piece of furniture, what you're dealing with. This actually has springs and cotton. You might have a piece of foam in there, you might have stuffing. Disassembling a chair like this is really pretty simple. But you're going to want to remove all these little staples. So you're just going to take a very skinny flathead screwdriver, just like this, and you're going to insert it judiciously under the staple. Take a pair of pliers, pull it out, just like that. Throw these staples in the trash. If you're doing this on carpet, don't lose them in the carpet because your toes will find one in the middle of the night and you won't be happy about it. Now, even though this is essentially trash, you're not going to want to just rip this off because you're going to need this piece of fabric to use as a template for the piece of fabric that you're going to use when you recover. I'm taking an added step here and I'm putting on a coat of paint. Actually, a couple of coats of paint, but that is not part of this instructional situation. That would be a whole other thing. So you can go through the trouble of putting on a coat of paint or you cannot. It is completely up to you. If you like the existing wood, leave it completely alone. Your call. Make sure your fabric is free of wrinkles, either by steaming or ironing. Then lay your templates on top of the fabric and pin it down securely. With a pair of scissors, cut it out. Be sure to adhere to the templates because they're going to fit exactly. Now we're going to work with an electric staple gun and we are going to secure the new fabric to the perimeter of the existing chair. Now we're going to take the second piece of fabric and we're going to plug that boy in there too. Now because we have to put a piece of foam into the middle of the new piece of fabric, I'm only going to do the bottom side and one side but not both. That'll give me a little bit of an envelope to squeeze that foam right into there. Now in the envelope that we've created, I'm going to shove that old piece of foam right back in there so I don't have to bother cutting foam. You can see that I've marked very clearly what piece is going in and which way it's going. That way there's no margin of error and the foam is going back onto the chair that it came off of. If you only have one chair, then obviously it doesn't matter. Now secure the edges that haven't been secured. You can see I put a staple in the middle so that I can pull it all as tightly as possible. A piece of saran wrap will help keep the fabric clean if you're really having to work with it a whole lot. Wrap your bottom cushion basically like a present and pull it as tightly as possible. Then replace that piece of protective fabric at the bottom with adequate staples. Now it's time to resecure the bottom cushion. Make sure it's drilled or screwed in very carefully. Then we trim, just using hot glue and trim of your choice. Make sure it's very tight, very clean, very neat, and doesn't have any cobwebs. Ta-da! 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 We finished it. I'm not going to lie to you, this is a big project. This in particular was a little ambitious because these chairs were difficult, and because we put a finish on the chair. As you can see, it's not that sort of peachy, grody 25-year-old white situation, and that took some time too, but we're not going to talk about that. That's another segment. This is about upholstery. So follow the instructions, go buy yourself some ratty ass old chairs and do this. We saved hundreds of dollars literally, and it couldn't possibly go better with the rest of this room. It is complete and total cohesion. Even if this isn't perhaps your style, this goes perfectly together from top to bottom. So, this is the Gentleman Caller once again inspiring you to go out and make your own stuff, save $1 or $2, and be creative.